So today, I just wanted to speak about my testimony and what I'm going through. So about 3 weeks ago, I was in a relationship, and we were together for over 8 years, knowing each other for a long time, And man, when I tell you we've been through some stuff, we've been through some stuff. When you're in a certain type of relationship and you're brought up a certain way, like when it comes to religion. So, you can lose family members, you can lose friends, you can lose everything you ever known chasing after your heart. And you learn at an early age that your heart is treacherous, and you don't lean on your heart, you lean on, what you know biblically. And everybody's situation is so different, but sometimes we choose the way of life to make us happy and what makes us comfortable and sometimes uncomfortable. So, in this relationship, there was a lot of love, and it was sincere, and it was genuine. But at the end of the day, we're here on earth because of God. And God knew what he was doing. God doesn't put you in situations you can't handle. And there's some situations that we put ourselves in when it wasn't necessary or needed. I am in a hard place because where I was at, I didn't want the relationship to end, but I also wanted to follow God and his will. What his will on earth was for us to do. So when I break down what happened is, I have a very spiritual family on both sides. And I grew up knowing so much biblically, but I also was missing out on a lot emotionally. I had a lot of spiritual guidance, but emotional guidance I didn't have. And, they see it now. And I have great parents, and they're not perfect. But the person I am today is due to my upbringing, and I appreciate that. And I'm an introvert. I'm quiet, So I just want to talk about my testimony, though. So getting back to what I'm trying to say is, I love the person I was with all my heart. I would do anything for them. I really would. But I don't think they would have done the same for me. So I was feeling a certain type of way, and I didn't have anybody talk to about it. So what I did is I prayed to God. I prayed to him. I said, God, reveal to me what is going on. Reveal to me what I am feeling, because I know that what I am feeling, this can't be right. It could not. Like, what I am feeling was so deep hurt that it wasn't being made known to me, but the feeling that I felt was just, it was so much. It was so much, and I asked him, reveal it to me, God. I need it to be revealed. So I asked what was going on, and lo and behold, everything was brought out to the table. I was willing to give everything up. And mind you, I love my family with everything in my heart, but I wanted them to love me for me, and I wanted them to love my relationship, and I wanted a relationship with them. I wanted a relationship with them so bad. I wanted them to be able to accept me, but they couldn't. And now I 100% understand why. It wasn't God's will for them to accept me for who I was, because they knew where they were going. They knew what was expected of them. I didn't know what was expected of me, or I failed to realize that there was a bigger picture at the end of the day, and they understood that. And so it was selfish of me to want them to be just okay with my life and to come to me and have an association with me when they didn't see it the way I saw it. And now I get it. I get it, and I love them, and they're everything. And at the end of the day, they're the ones that are there for me. They're the only ones there for me. They're the only ones there for me. So that's that part. But my testimony is, oof, I had to get close to God for him to tell me that I was enough. And I had to tell him that he was enough for me. Because I listened to Steve Ferdinand. He said, all you have to do is get close enough to the one who is enough, and you will be enough. So people who think you're not worthy of things, people who think that they can't be somebody or reach their goals, just know you can. So in this situation, 3 weeks go by. I'm missing the relationship that we once had. We had a very close bond, very close. Like literally. It was so close that it was toxic, because you always wanted to be around that person at all hours of the day if you possibly could. You can be literally right next to you, sitting on each other. And we knew that wasn't healthy. It's like a lot of people other relationships are not like that, And so gradually it just really started to just kind of distance ourselves from each other. And I was trying to work it out, trying to work it out. I'm saying, like, let's do things, let's do therapy. But at the end of the day, I worked on myself. And I was getting so upset, and I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. And I was upset. She was heading to the house to get all her stuff, and I felt like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna start an argument, I'm gonna start a fight, I'm like gonna go crazy. And instead of doing that, I picked up the phone and I called my mom. But when I called her, she said, "What's wrong?" I explained to her everything. And I told her, I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna do that. And she said, "Don't do that." She said, "You can come home." She's like, "There's room for you. You can just come home." So that happens. I'm in the driveway. I'm listening to her. And mind you, my mom, she could feel a type of way about the situation that we brought into her life. But she was so nice, so comforting. I drove off and I went to the house. And she was talking me through it. When I get in the house, I'm okay, My dad walks up, big guy, and he just gives me the biggest hug. And when I tell you I was hugging my dad for so long. And no, there was no words. But I felt God saying, You're home. You're home. This is your home. Welcome back home. I hadn't felt a peace like of that in so long. And for God to be there and worked in my life the way he did in that last 3 weeks is amazing. So literally, when God tells you something, you have to listen. And it may not be what we want, but he knows what is needed, and we know what is necessary. When you know the Bible, you know what's necessary to get close to him. You know, you have to do things to upbuild yourself. And for so long, I didn't upbuild myself. I just was being a pleaser. I was just, and they didn't ask that of me. But I got comfort in pleasing others and doing things for others. Even before I was in a relationship, I was so far up my family's butt. Whatever they wanted, whatever they needed, they got it. You want it, you get it. That's how I am. I am a people pleaser. And this situation, I asked God to reveal what was going on. He revealed it. I asked God, give me peace so I don't go crazy. And he did it. And God calls his children. He called me home. He wanted me home. At the end of the day, he wanted me home. And I get so much comfort from knowing that I'm at the right place. And I know it's going to be difficult. And I know it's going to be very hard, because in the last 8 years I have done so much. I told my mom yesterday, you know, I was like, I want 3 cars. And I was like, of course I'm not going to do it. I'm just manifesting it, you know. She's like, you are going to do it, Janae. She said, when you say something, you usually do it. And I said, yeah, that's right. I do. So at the end of the day, I am so happy. God called his child home. And, you know, my transition to who I've become, it is who I am. And I'm comfortable in my skin, and I'm comfortable with who I am, and I'm just so confident in who I am. So, you know, the transition back to the person that they once knew is, I don't know if I'm going to do that. And if I do that, it is going to take time, because I know who I am. I know who I am, and I'm going to have to fight against a lot of things. Satan's going to be on me. He's going to be on me. But when you ask God to reveal something, he's going to reveal it. And you got to know your surroundings. You got to know who loves you, who your real true people are around you. And, you know, don't go against God's will. Follow God's will. He will reveal himself to you. And he will show you that you are worthy and that you can get through so many things. So with that, that's my testimony. I'm following God. I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to do what he asked me to do. I'm going to go to him in faith and hope. And, you know, the biggest thing is that I hope I see my grandfather again. You know, the biggest hope is seeing our dead loved ones again. And I lost a lot of people. I lost my 2 uncles and an aunt and my grandfather in this whole 8 years. And I missed a lot of time with them. So to see them again, you know, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So yeah, follow God's will, and he's there for you. And even though you go through tough times, you know, just understand that those tough times are only gonna be for a little bit. Fill the voided time with godly things, with prayer, supplication, and you know, watch YouTube, listen to motivational speeches, keep motivated in the things you want to possess in life, and don't ever stop thinking about him throughout the day. Focus on good energy, positivity, and life will go good. And I just appreciate people who want to listen, and I want to listen to other people and know that we'll get through it. We'll get through it.